I am going to talk about horary astrology this time, and I thought I would just start with one subject and just out of the blue, why not? We're going to talk about finding objects with astrology, where to look. So I'm assuming that you may know a little bit about horary already. If you don't, horary astrology is the astrology of finding a missing object or asking a question directly, basically, to the universe. Like, where is my book? It's right in front of me, so it's not really a good question. But you get the gist. Where's my keys? Where's my book? I've lost my mind. You can do that too. So there's rulers in horary astrology, and depending on what the question is, it depends on the rulers. But there are definitely things that we can talk about that are set in stone. So if the ruler of that particular object, and I highly recommend my book, it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I highly recommend Rex Bill's rulership book. It is so good for horary astrology. Buy it. It's just a book of words, but also it has every meaning of every word and planetary rulership. Oh, it's just, I love it. Next to the Ephemeris, it's my favourite book. Actually, this is my favourite book. Oh, look, I wrote that. How weird. Okay, so if the ruler of the particular object, so actually, why don't I pick an object? Okay, I'm going to pretend that my knife went missing. I don't know. I looked at Mars and I thought about a knife. So let's imagine I'm asking a question and I've lost my knife, and Mars is the ruler of knives. I know that because it says so in this book, and also I just know that anyway. But so we would look at where Mars is in the chart. Which house is it in, and which sign is it in? So I'm going to tell you about the signs. So if I lost this book, but it was actually just underneath my leg, a book is ruled by Jupiter, because it's published, it's better than just writing, it's a book. I would look to where Jupiter is in the chart, and if it was under my leg, I would expect that Jupiter would be in the first house, because the first house is my body, and Jupiter should represent that it's underneath me. And it does work like that a lot. Anyway, so say my knife was missing and Mars was in Gemini. Okay, yep, Mars was in Gemini, and it was in the third house as well. So what am I going to do? Where is my knife? Well, Gemini rules all things office style. So the first place I would go is my office. I would probably think, why would I have a knife in my office? But, it's just off the top of my head. Near books. Did I put my knife in the wrong drawer and actually it's in the recipe drawer? That sort of thing. Near paperwork, in the car. Anything to do with Gemini or the third house is where we would look for my knife. Now, you'd have to think about it and go, well, it's a knife, it's probably going to be in the kitchen. So what is it to do with Gemini or the third house that's possibly near the kitchen? Well, that would be the drawers, and the drawers that would contain paperwork in it that are near the knives. And essentially most people have drawers somewhere in the vicinity of each other where there's cutlery, and then where there's paperwork in another drawer. So even if you've got cutlery on top and paperwork in the third drawer, maybe you've popped your knife in there and it's slipped underneath the papers. It's as simple as that. So that's just my little crazy example. There's so many better ones than that. So if your ruling planet of your lost object was in Aries, you would look near a fire in the house if you have a heater or a fire, or near the chimney area. You would look near tools. You'd look near the knives because it's Aries and knives. In locked closets, because that's an Aries thing, locked closets. At places where weapons are kept, that's an Aries thing as well. The front of the house, inside a box. Floor level, usually. Aries again, I'm going to just keep repeating what I'm saying so it sinks in. And easterly in direction as well. That's really important, and you need to know the direction like that. Although a lot of you know that I do mapping, and it's so much more specific than that. But Aries generally is an eastern direction. Okay, Taurus. So if the ruling planet of your missing object was in Taurus, then you could look in the bank. The bank is ruled by Taurus. Anywhere you keep money. If there's a music room in your house, that's a Taurus thing. In your wardrobe, perhaps, where clothes are, because that's a Taurus thing too. At a lower level, basement sort of level, so you could check the basement. Near a piano or somewhere like that, near a musical instrument, like I said before, or in a music room, but near a musical instrument. Chests of drawers are actually also Taurus's domain, so look in the drawers, wherever they may be, but in the bedroom would make more sense because that's Venus Taurus related. Near women's clothes, so if you're a man and you've lost something and you've got a missus, check her side of the bed, could be there. Inside pockets, that's a Taurian thing too, check your pockets. And another really important one with Taurus, if you've misplaced something that you've bought, check the bag that you bought it in, because inevitably it will be there. That's a really good life hack. Life hack 1. Okay, Gemini, I already said, in the office, near paperwork. It can be upstairs in a brother or sister's bedroom, a spare room, under little sister's bed. That's a possibility. If it's something that you've lost, Mum, check the kids' room. If it's in the sign of Gemini. In a magazine area, if you've got magazines in your house, check there. So if you've lost your keys and it's coming up all Gemini and third house or Mercury, check where you put where your paperwork is and make sure that something hasn't slid in between it, because that often happens. Cancer. If the ruling planet of your missing object falls in Cancer, you want to look in the kitchen, in the dining room, in the family room, near a water source, like near a sink, in the bathroom. Obviously, it depends what you've misplaced. Some things are not going to be in the bathroom. If you've misplaced your chainsaw, it's unlikely to be in the bathroom. But if you've misplaced your chainsaw and it is in Cancer, it could be near the pond of water outside, near the garage. It could be near the fountain, or so you can apply this to outside obviously as well. Then Leo, so if the ruling planet of your missing object is in Leo, we're looking at playrooms, kids' rooms again, but rooms where children play more than where they sleep. So if there's a spare room for the kids, if you're outside, it's parks, steep hills, beaches, the front garden, and rocky areas as well. If Virgo is where you need to look, wherever pets are, the food pantry, and also the office as well, sort of like Mercury. You want to look at that too. That's 11 minutes long, and we've just done the first 6 signs, so I'll leave it there and do the next soon. So if the ruler of your missing object, excuse me, I've got the hiccups and burps and everything, is in Libra, then you again would be looking at in a Venus type area, so a music room, your partner's side of the bed. Again, I know we covered that, but this one's especially so, because it's in Libra, which rules the partner. Slopes are Libran, so if it's outside, you're looking on a sort of sloped area. Flower beds, near outdoor furniture as well, that's a Libran thing. Dressing rooms, near pieces of art, under an adult's bed. I'm trying to think of absolutely everything. There's so much more, but just to give you a general. If Scorpio is the sign that the ruling planet is in of the object that you've lost, then you want to have a look again in the bathroom, but more so near the pipes, or near the toilet, because that's more of a Scorpion thing. Maybe the medicine cabinet, or a place where things are hidden, a safe. That's a Scorpion thing. If you keep your unpaid bills in an area, that's a Scorpion thing. Isn't that weird? But it is. Near the garbage bin, or near your rubbish. If it's outside, you're looking at like rivers and muddy bodies of water, and like yucky mouldy areas. If Sagittarius is the sign that you're looking at with the ruler of the lost object is, then you're looking in upper rooms, the attic, upstairs, near men's clothes, that's a place to have a look, men's pockets, near book collections, or in a library, near any college stuff, university things, on top of a hill if you're outside, or just in a highland area. So if when we're looking for missing people, if Jupiter is really important, then we're looking on a hill or in a higher area than the ground, near where horses go and where stables are. You can actually really start to, when we do criminal astrology, which a lot of these things apply to as well, we can really add a lot more areas to it. So, and I'll go through those on another video. I don't know why people are so loud in the middle of the night. Anyway, if Capricorn is the sign that the ruling planet is in, then you want to look typical fucking Aussie. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Oh, really interesting. There's always one pisshead that's just got to talk louder than everybody else, isn't there? Okay, Capricorn, look in the basement. Or if you've got a room that's really organised, look there. If you've got a room that's really disorganised, look there too. I know that's weird, but do it. The fridge and the freezer. Dark places that are hard to reach, so behind fridges and freezers and washing machines and things like that. Near air conditioning. If it's outside, it's near wood sheds or near wood or near a fence. Even though you'd think that would be Libra, it's actually not. It's Capricorn and Saturn. Rocky ground and areas that are like abandoned, so abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Okay, I've got to move it along quickly now. Aquarius, if it's in the sign of Aquarius, it's near computer equipment or something electronic. Fuse boxes near a phone. Upstairs near a drafty window. On uneven ground, wherever you might park your car. Look there too. Neptune is near fish tanks. If you've got a boat, near the boat, in the bathroom again, because we've got water. In an alcohol area, if you've got a bar in your house, have a look there. In a hiding place, or it's one of those ones perhaps where you've hidden it too well and you've hidden it in something else. You know, you hid it in something and then hid that in something else. So you need to look for the clues to find what you hid, because you know where it is, but you just need to tap into it. So that's Pisces. I did that in a record 3 minutes, and I was interrupted by some Australian pissed losers. Legendary. Okay, so the next one that I talk about is if the rulers are in any of the houses. Although you can apply the same thing. If you know which sign is applicable to the house, so when I read about Aries, that is the same as the first house. So, like I said before, if we're looking for something and it's in the first house, it's usually right in front of us, because the first house is our body and ourselves, and the ascendant is like we're looking at it. So if something is in the first house, it's usually right in front of us, hiding in plain sight. Okay, I look forward to the next one.